popular at many of the parties I went to in my teenage years, and people would always be shooting up, so it was just a thing to do. And also, people in the media also provoked me, such as Janis Joplin, who was very popular during her time.
So peer pressure played a big part, and pressure from the media too.
Also.
So what motivated you to quit taking heroin?
My first motivation was when my favorite singer, Janis Joplin, actually died of a heroin overdose, and that just stopped me in my tracks. I knew this was the wrong way for me, and also I started learning about all the harmful side effects, including all the pain that it was going to be into withdrawal, so I decided to start right now.
And there are a lot of short-term effects for heroin that make some people addicted to it, but also have a lot of detrimental factors to it, so could you explain some of those?
The short-term effects, well, first off, there are many ways you can take heroin. One is, of course, like the needle in the vein and chewing up, or you could like eat it and inhale it, or snorting it. But the way I took it was with the needle, and there'd often be irritation and itching at the site of injection, vomiting, and many flu-like symptoms, but also it would kind of give you the feeling that you're not really there, you're almost in a dream, kind of unconscious, which is why many people liked it.
I can see that, and there are still long-term effects that you're dealing with now, aren't there?
There are many complications. One of them, I suffer from pneumonia. I get it all the time because of the lungs, because when I did inhale it, it was harmful to my lungs. Also, from shooting up so much, it caused problems in my veins. Many of my veins in my arms and my legs have collapsed, and it's tough for blood circulation.
So it's tough to go on living then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I think we're done here. Why don't we go take you back to the group and we'll get the next interviewer. How did your family situation affect your choice to use the drug cocaine?
Well, my dad, he didn't really like me or want me, and my stepdad, well, he did IVs, and I just kind of started doing it.
Yeah, that's very hard on you. Must have been very hard on you. I can't imagine the pain that you must have been going through.
Yeah.
What was the price, though, can you describe to me physically, that you've had to pay as a result of your abuse of the drug cocaine?
Could you repeat the question?
What was the price that you had to pay physically for your abuse of the drug cocaine?
I mean, like, my nose hurts a lot, and it bleeds, and I kind of, there's things all around, all the time, and I don't like them. Like, there's one sitting over there, and
there's nothing over there. There's nothing.
Yeah, it's over there.
It's not there, really.
No, it's.
Are you okay? Cut it! Cut the camera! We're gonna need to call a group session. She's dead.
No! Wait, no! What happened?
Never mind. Tanya, how did you cope with your extraordinarily abusive family?
I slept all the time to avoid them.
That's a unique way to escape such family problems. I heard that you were addicted to Placida?
Because I was sleeping all the time, I got insomnia, and my father, we went to the pharmacist, and he prescribed me Placida.
That's, so you were an adolescent when this happened, correct?
Yeah, and I had to take Placida every single day. So I got addicted.
And did this lead to other addictions?
Well, I tried other drugs, like heroin.
I've heard that there's a drug methadone that's used to help get people off opiates. Did you take that to get off?
Yeah. I've been on methadone for about 3 months now, and it's helping me get off of my addiction to heroin.
Well, that's really good. I'm glad that it seems like your life's finally starting to turn out well again.
It is.
With all this depressing talk, I think I need to go get a drink of water. I'll be back for In a minute. Katie, I've heard that you are addicted to opium.
Yeah.
How did that come to be?
As a kid, I was always like interested in finding ways to get a legal high. I would like drink full bottles of cough syrup or like just try to find things. My mother actually had a cactus that I heard could get you high, so I tried eating parts of it at one time. I got really sick from that, but then when I heard about how poppies, plants, can get you high, I started buying them off eBay and making tea at home.
Wow, so you've always been into drugs? Was there anything in your family situation, or was it just something that you thought you were, everyone was doing, so it would be cool to do it?
I really just wanted to try something else. My life was kind of boring. I was privileged growing up. There really were no problems, except for I was just so bored that I wanted to try to like escape that and get somewhere that was more fun.
Right. I think a lot of kids feel the same way sometimes. I've heard that the worst part with opium is the withdrawal. If you don't get it, you start getting terrible symptoms, I've heard.
Yeah, I actually quit for 2 weeks at one time, but the opium had dimmed my natural painkillers so badly that I couldn't walk or run or do anything because it felt like the muscles were tearing anytime I moved. Horrible flu symptoms, I couldn't sleep, and when I did, I'd wake up and almost feel like I was having a seizure. I'd be shaking so hard, I'd be so cold, and it was really bad. I couldn't do it. So I'm back on now.
So you're in intense pain all the time?
Yeah.
And there doesn't look like there's any hope right now of getting you off opium?
As long as I know where to get it, I know I'll keep going back to it. It was the worst pain I've ever been through. At one time, I actually thought about throwing myself off the stairwell so I could go to the emergency room and get painkillers. I couldn't go through it again.
I understand. Definitely look into rehab. But that's all for our group meeting today. We'll meet with you guys next week.
All right.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression.